Let me start this incoming shit show with a bold statement. Hervé, this guy, is a sycophant. And that is what Julie ultimately wanted out of Ben. Ben never demanded anything out of Julie. Ultimately, every single time they had a fight was because he wanted to protect her from her tendency to make very stupid decisions for someone that loves to pretend like she understands what she involved herself into. Or just because Julie cannot trust Ben ever. Not even when he's either being groomed by what is clearly a full adult for the purposes of said adult's groomer's schemes, or when he is quite obviously not acting like himself because he fumbled the planning of what was honestly a good idea on paper, not gonna lie. Julie can never give Ben the benefit of the doubt on anything. Julie always assumes the worst out of him for no fucking reason whatsoever. And yes, indeed, it is no fucking reason whatsoever. You idiots. Ben cannot make it to my tennis matches. It must be because he doesn't want to see me. Oh, he was fighting aliens and saving people's lives? That shouldn't be more important than our relationship. He should put more effort into seeing me, even if I barely do the same. My life should be just as important as the countless of lives he's saving. Oh, he's actually taking some time for himself? How selfish. It's not like being a hero is a full-time job that's practically taking over his life to the point he barely has time to himself, and sometimes he doesn't even sleep. Why must he care about all of these things more than he cares about me? It's almost like he has no choice in the matter anymore. It's almost like Gwen can choose to go to college, Kevin to go with her, Julie whether she continues playing tennis or not, etc., but Ben can no longer choose to stop being Ben 10, the wielder of the Omnitrix, the savior of the entire universe multiple times over. It's almost like being a hero is an albatross around his neck that he can never shrug off, ever. He can never choose when he can stop being a weapon and act like a regular person, and the weight of the responsibility of bearing the Omnitrix will literally haunt him even centuries after his death. Ben, ever since he put the watch back on, doomed himself in order to protect everyone else. He was 15 years old at the start of Alien Force, managing the task of saving the Earth and the entire universe. He barely sleeps, gets himself brutalized on the daily, he almost gets killed more than once, and willingly sacrifices himself more than once. And all to protect not only the people he loves, but everyone that is currently alive in all of existence. I have a question to ask to the morons that believe Ben should have sacrificed more in his relationship with Julie. What more is there to sacrifice when you have basically given up everything so that others can have what you can't? Genuine question. Let's face it, Ben and Julie were never meant for each other, and neither of them were at fault. But Julie made it Ben's fault, like everyone else makes everything that ever goes wrong Ben's fault, even if it isn't. Let's not forget that Julie never once truly took Ben's advice and warnings about alien activity to heart until her prideful desire to prove herself bit her in the ass. Let's not forget that while Julie indeed helped them a few times, she still never once was actually understanding about the position that Ben is in as a hero. Because no one can truly be, not even those closest to Ben, which led to a heavy lack of empathy to her being dismissive and resentful of every time Ben couldn't pay attention to her, despite the obvious reasons why he couldn't be attached to her hip and singing her praises like the little sycophant she gets by Omniverse. Talking about Omniverse, let's not forget that Julie performed a one-sided breakup, never once spoke to Ben after to confirm they were over, got into an entirely new relationship and seemingly shit-talked Ben to death, to the point that her little sycophant of an orbiter boyfriend makes shitting on Ben part of his personality, even in mortal peril, and only ever stops once Julie tells him to stop through practically clenched teeth. That is incredibly cruel behavior from someone that allegedly is the better one of the relationship. And reminder, this apparently isn't the first time she pulls this manipulative, two-faced bullshit on Ben. But no, Ben is the one that's in the wrong for almost kissing Eunice compared to Julie breaking up with Ben in her mind and never once verbalizing it to him and getting an entirely new boyfriend. Yeah, Ben wasn't perfect, sure, but neither was Julie. And in fact, Julie did worse indeed. It takes a lot to be the superhero's girlfriend, and Julie completely missed the mark. and always did. And always will. I do motherfucking not want to keep hearing about this conversation coming from you media illiterate dumbasses. It's no wonder you cling to nostalgia-baiting slop and to the words of a dead man so badly. Unlike the rest of you, I actually understand this fucking show you should have understood when majority of you were at most 12 years old. Says more about you than it does me in the end. Anyhow, second part of Yuna's video is coming soon. See you guys.